everyone, and welcome to Life Cues 2024 with Monica. I know you're all going to really enjoy this exploration and art play with me. So here is an explanation of what we used to do and hopefully will continue to do again. Some of you will be surprised, some might be excited, some might be, flabbergasted. But Monica is going to be back doing my life cues, which are life questions. Any of you who've been following me forever know what that is. Life cues or life questions. Like an example might be, what is troubling you in this present moment? And instead of saying what is troubling you, like I might say my health or my family's health or something like that, I would draw that or show it in some form of art. It could be anything, mixed media, whatever you want to do, fabric, paper, however you want to interpret the answer to that question, that's what you're going to do. And I'm going to use this new book I just got last week. This one, it's a sketchbook and it's a mixed media one, so I can pretty much do whatever I want. But I like that it goes this way, and I love that it lays flat, when you open the pages, because these tend to get really thick. And I like this size, it's nice and big. You can use whatever you want. I've done it for I don't know how many years. Every week we do a life cue. So what I'm going to do is upload every Monday, because I know me, I'll more than likely do the life cue and the artwork and all of that on a Sunday. And so then I'll just upload it on the Monday. Then I don't have to stress about getting it uploaded on Sunday. If that makes any sense. So I hope you guys follow. Hope some of you come back and get back into art journaling like I am. It's very therapeutic. And when I got that big kit from Deanne for Christmas, it also inspired me. There's all these fun things in there to do and just to get busy. And then I bought that canvas and I have an idea in my head what I want to do with that. You know what I mean? So I've got them all in my head and I'm like, why aren't you doing them? It's so therapeutic for me. I'm also taking a art therapist course. Not for me to necessarily be a therapist, but for myself to help me in my art. And so therefore it may trickle down and also help somebody else. So I hope you tune in. The first thing I'm going to do is take these inks and just randomly swirl them onto the page. I probably need to refill a lot of this stuff. It's probably so dry. But you know what? If you don't start, you won't start. So I can't keep making excuses. Oh, my inks are dry and my blah, blah, blah. I have refills. I can go get them and I can use them, right? That's why we have all this stuff that we don't use. So my word is contentment. I've just realized that I am at my very best when I honor myself and do what brings me peace and joy. Mostly peace. And I don't overcommit myself. Yesterday was a perfect example. Now there are some things that you have to do. There are, and yesterday was that kind of a day. But I found it so overwhelming to my soul that I was getting all teary-eyed and I couldn't figure out what's wrong with me. And so I finally verbalized it. Usually I don't say anything, but I just said to Richard, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not coping. I don't know what to do. We had to go to the hospital to visit my brother. We didn't have to do anything. We went to the hospital to go visit my brother. I wanted to do that. And then we were going to come back home and then go back out to Ozzy's hockey game. Now, these things are quite far from our house, so that's an additional stress, I guess you might say. But Ozzy's hockey game, for example, from our house is probably an hour. The hospital was probably 45 minutes. You know what I mean? So you can see how it's all different times and driving and just too much. So not that we were doing anything that was that much for any one person, but for me, it was overwhelming. So then Jesse called and told us to come over there in between going to Ozzy's game and for me to take a nap, which was brilliant because that's exactly what I did. And I felt so much better. Not 100%, but it's things like that. Trying to not spend all of your spoons in one spot. And people might say, well, you didn't have to go to Ozzy's game. Whoa, I didn't have to. But yesterday, we were all in anticipation of him making the 100th season points, and it's rarely been done, and he is the first Black athlete to ever do it since the hockey organization has started in St. Albert, which was in 1930 something. So it was a pretty big deal, and he did it. So I'm glad I was there. So glad. And the whole family was there to support him. So, but do you know what I mean? But I need my contentment. I really do. Okay, do you guys see how quickly I made a background page? Look at that. So I'm going to dry it real quick and I'll be back. So you can't really see it here. I'll hold the book up a little closer. Maybe you can see these pencil circles. There's one here, one there, and one up in the corner. I'm going to outline them. And in these circles, I want to kind of depict the things that bring me peace or pleasure or joy. I always take my paper towels that I dab stuff with and I dry them, because you can always use those as a background in your art journaling. And I also don't worry if the edges bleed over into the next page. Don't care. Some people do. Monica here doesn't. So I'm going to check out this new marker that I got in my Advent box. So I don't know if it's permanent because it doesn't say. I should try it. I'm going to try it on this. And then just add a teeny bit of water to it. Oh, it is permanent. It's not running at all. Well, good to know. And good to check before you start a project. You don't want to outline a whole bunch of stuff and then you go to wash it with something and everything all runs together. You'd be very disappointed. And these are not perfect. Oh well, neither am I. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish these circles, and then I'm going to paint white inside so I can then put in my images of the things that bring me peace and contentment. So in true Monica style, I was going to paint my circles white, but then I thought against it because I found all these really cool things in my ephemera. I have so much ephemera that it's nuts. So I have to start using some of it. So I got this image of this guy who's funny and entertaining, looks like a clown. And for me, he represents, you know, good television shows and movies and just simply being entertained. So I'll glue that down there. Here, this was a sticker, but I cut it in a circle so it would fit in the circle. I used the lid of this jar. This jar is full of alcohol for when I use my alcohol inks. So I noticed there's something floating around in there, but I'm like, it's alcohol. There can't be any kind of people or germs, or you know what I mean. So these are some really pretty pansies, which speaks to my love, 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 love of nature, of any kind of nature. And this here is just vintage handwriting and speaks to just that. I love simple, vintage, thrift stores, things. Those make me happy. If someone says, would you like to just go thrifting? Love it. Doesn't mean I have to go shopping, but some days just going to a thrift store is more than enough. And then, of course, this one, just a girl who loves books. Isn't that cool? I don't know where I saw that. It might have been on Instagram, and I believe it's a blanket that you can buy. But then I think I just grabbed the picture and made it in a whole bunch of different sizes. So I'm using a glue stick, as you can see. Simple is best. And I want to make sure I cover the circles completely. So maybe we'll move her over a tad. So there. So that's as far as I've gotten so far. And I'm going to trim off these circles once they get really dry. This glue isn't really working. It did for that, but not for this. Go figure. If not, I'll just use my trusty glue from Dollar Tree. Best glue in the world. Yeah, this is not gluing to this. That is really odd. So anyway, I'm going to get that glued down, and then I will carry on from there. Now, I'm really not sure if you can see this or not, but I've kind of roughly split my page up kind of into 3. So I've got a rectangular line going all the way down here. It's very, very crooked, but it's just for me. And then I've got a semicircular line going just like that across there in pencil. So you'll see in a minute what I'm going to do, but sometimes I have to break down the page, and I like things in 3. And oh, you see this little cook chef over here? I found this little chef card in the ephemera, but it had blonde hair and white skin, so I just colored it. And then I found this really cool clippy thing. It's nothing, but it's ephemera, and I love it. So I stuck this card. It's like a card, like a playing card, I guess. So because you guys know I love to cook, right? And I couldn't have anything in here without adding cooking as part of my contentment. Things that bring me peace and joy. So I stuck it on like that, and then I'm just gonna slide it on the page like so. Because you know what? It doesn't matter what you do. I love it. I love it there. So, okay, back to my little separation. So on this little part of the page, I'm gonna paint it cobalt blue. Ooh, I'm brave. These are all brand new. They came in that Advent kit, which is the coolest thing, 24-day art Advent calendar. I mean, how cool is that of a gift? That's somebody that really knows you that gets you that. So that was from Deanne. Thank you, Dee. So let me just grab a paintbrush right here, a nice squared off one. And we'll just go straight down the page in our pretty blue. It's really pretty. It's not that opaque. It's just, it is really, really snow. Oh, it just sort of stopped and just, no, it didn't stop. But before it was like Christmas time out here. We think, oh, spring is here. What's his name? The groundhog, whatever his name is. Didn't see his shadow. Means nada. Nothing to us. Doesn't mean anything to anybody, truly. I mean, where is he from? Pennsylvania or somewhere? Like, I wonder if that affects their weather. You know? This paint is just, I was just thinking in my head, perfect for art journaling. Just little tubes of acrylic. I have 8 million tubes of watercolor and bottles of acrylic, but these little tubes are really nice to have. Now, what line am I following? I think this one here. Try and keep it straight. This is fun because, Lord, I haven't done this in so long, you guys. And thanks for joining me. Whoever is watching, I hope you're playing too. I want this a little bit more opaque. I think that's the word. Not transparent, but opaque. Yes. I don't want to see my background in the back there. And then you say, why do you do your background? Because you don't know what you're doing to begin with. So your background is just like your first layer. So I'm just going to get this even more opaque because I don't want that other part showing through. It's the only reason. We're almost done. I'll use up this paint on this little card. All my palettes and stuff are outside in the art cabin. I could have gone and got them, but I'm too lazy and it's too snowy. There. That'll do her. There. So that's that section. And I'm going to carry on with this and this. So you can see on this side, where I put that pretty blue, I just took some white pens, and to me, white pens are like gold. So I keep them all in a bag like this, because they're like gold. And if I lose them, I panic, and I also have white charcoal as well, but I just, because they run out of ink so quickly, and then you can't find them when you need them. This was a great little palette today because I got to test out a whole bunch of stuff. So right now, I wrote up here, some journaling, just basically saying why my word is contentment and things that bring me joy and all that, explaining all these things. And then I am going to take these Faber-Castell gelatos. I haven't used these also in forever, but they're fun. So we're going to start here and just kind of color and color. And just kind of smoosh around. These are fun because you can be kind of messy and not so perfect with them. You know? Just adding a pop of color wherever you want to. And then you'll notice I put some doodles down this here with the white pen. So it was like wavy lines and dots. And then, I don't know if you can see, there's just little dots, dashes around the pictures. And even around my little cook. He's not really supposed to be there, but I want him there, so he's there. Like, in no world does he belong on this page. Okay, so next I'm going to take the pink. And there's no rhyme or reason why I'm doing this, people. I just wanna. Because I'm hoping when I smudge it together, it will all smudge really nice. Let's pray. I might have to add another color, we'll see. I'm just using my hands to smudge because I think your hands are the best tool ever. Just bring out the smudging right into the page. And it doesn't matter if it goes up into the writing or down into here. Do you know what I mean? Does not matter. It's just adding a little pop of whatever to the page. And as I said before, we're playing. We sure are. I'm going to get over here and get some stuff down behind the cook. Down in here. Just a little bit. And I might add a blue or just another color. I don't know. And I can't remember if gelatos respond to water. Let's see. Whoops. Well, they don't respond to blue water, that's for sure. Oh, Monica. Clean your dang brushes. Do they? Not really. Okay, I will clean this all up and put some more gelato there. The person needs to clean their brushes, but at the same time, this is how you find out. Does it work or doesn't it? You know what I mean? So I'm going to get some more. Where are they? Oh, right in front of me. How about this color? Do the same thing. Smudge it along. I just love how they smudge. And they mean, like, a child could do this, but that's the whole point of the art journaling. You don't have to be Michelangelo, Picasso, any of those. Did you know that Picasso only sold one painting while he was alive? One painting. People didn't get his cubism. You know, they're kind of thinking, that's kind of... And one of these journals will just use cubism as our way to journal. And this blue one I have in my hand, I'm going to run it along the bottom just to kind of put a little frame around this page. all the way around, just to frame up everything, just because I want to. And I know you're thinking, what in God's green earth is she doing? She is messing up that page. Nope, not in my world. It's called messy. Not messy, but, you know. It's called play. Art journal play. Okay, and I think I'm going to add one more color to this. Should it be this pink? I didn't like that other pink. Yeah, but this time I'm just going to kind of not necessarily follow everybody. Let's put it wherever, so it's not so linear. Paper towel works good, but your finger, in my opinion, works the best. And I want to stamp the word contentment on here somewhere. Okay, I've changed my angle just a little bit. I don't know if you can see this big tub. I'm so excited. I just opened this brand new tub of gesso. I've had forever in the closet, but it wasn't open yet. So this is going to get me through our life cues perfectly, because I love gesso. Putting gesso on stuff. So stick that in the water because I stirred it up. But what I don't love is getting splatters all over everything. So I had this box from the Art Advent Calendar. It's quite big and it has a lid. So, and it has pretty good sized sides. Can you guys see that? So my book is in here. Whoops. You see the book is in here. There. I'm trying to move so you can see. So what I'm going to do is see if I can get some gesso. Oh yeah, and I can even use the side of the box for splatters. These are coming out more like streaks, and I want them to come like that, splatters, so it doesn't get all over everything. I swear to God, my phone, my lights, everything's covered in gesso splatter. And I know this is going all over too, but at least it will be contained. It's getting on me. It will be contained somewhat, so that's kind of fun. So I'm just putting a little bit of gesso on it. And the places that I think the spots are just a little bit too big, I'll just dab them with that paper towel that I have. So I'm just doing some last minute gesso dry brushing. It always makes everything tie in together really well, for me anyway. There, get that brush cleaned off. Love it. And the very last thing I'm going to do is take some Black Soot Distress ink right here. Same one we used for just about everything else. And just go around the edges, because I think I framed it with the blue, but to me it's just not getting it. I can't even see the frame, so man, I can make a mess, I tell you. Let me get a piece of paper that I can just stick between the two pages, like so. so, and then I can just, I hope there's enough black ink on here. Oh yeah, see? Gotta get my sponge all juiced up. And then we're just gonna call this done. Oh yeah, that looks good. So here is day 1 of Life Cues 2024 with Monica. And I chose to put out the thought or question, what is your focus word for 2024? My focus word is contentment. And by that I mean to do things that bring me contentment and don't always feel like I have to say yes to everything. Really learn to say no, even for my own health. Because when you have a chronic illness, it is very difficult to say yes to everything. Here's my page. Contentment. I put an upper, what are those things? Upper, I don't know, thingy. And I used my letters. I have the coolest letters. I've had them for like 45 years. And they are sponge, and they're all matched sizes. And I love the way they look. Like your C is little, your N is big, your T is lowercase, that's upper, you see? Just love it. Love it, love it, love it. I hope I spelled it right. Contentment, yes. And then I put a little apostrophe in 24 right there. And then I dotted everything with gesso and a dry brush. And as I told you before, I journaled everything that brings me contentment and peace. So I hope you guys are playing along. If you want to share it, feel free. If not, that's fine. I think what I'm going to do is to start an Instagram page. Last time I did this, I did a Facebook page, but Instagram is way easier. You can just upload your photo and just put life cue number 1 and then apostrophe 24 as the hashtag. Life cue number 1. We don't need the apostrophe. So life cue number 1 24. So we know what question it is that you're dealing with. I'll put the hashtag across the screen so we all know. And then just go to Instagram, follow, and yeah, that'll be so fun. And then we can share and see what everybody else does, because, you know, I get so inspired by everybody else's work. So I hope you like my crazy, wacky, goofy page. Felt so good to do this. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So we'll see you all next Monday, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.